Good evening. Welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. Yours truly, the number one grinder, one of the best kept secrets on YouTube, the best of the business. Um, I did a series that I still have on my channel, OGs and Elders. And I was gonna do this or put this on part, of the series, but want to do something different, you know. And it is very important, and we'll talk about. I'm excited. I found something to show y'all that is very important, and that we definitely need to talk about in this space. Um, so good evening to y'all and the family. I'll probably wait like a little longer so people could come in. Um, the title is "Their Elders." Some men and women are not leaders. I will explain. Then read it again. There's elders, some men and women are not leaders. I will explain. Yes, we gotta talk about this. Y'all. I've been talking about this for a minute, but we gotta get deeper. We gotta dig deeper. The mindset, where it's come from. And sad thing, our people. I know you see the thumbnail. Now we'll be talking about them, but the sad thing about it, our people is part of it too. Some men and some women that are elders that are not influence our people that it should. They're out there for their own interests. They're out there for their own evil congregation. Bunch of simple hoes, bunch of simple simpettes. So we gonna talk about that. We had to really understand what is going on. So let's get it going here. Let me read this out. Come enjoy real conversation with the number one grinder. Us as the righteous ones individually, let's make a change within ourselves and genuine being there for each other. We all we got. We all we got. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna hit y'all with something. Let's see. Some that's appropriate. And we're gonna get it going. Be back.
Sometimes people don't know how much hard work you put in. But when it comes time to battle, you must think about each and every day that you put that hard work in.
Why don't you play anymore?
Brian Banks was 16 years old when he was accused of a crime he did not commit.
Hold on, hold on. Again, welcome to my channel, Underrated Darkness. Yours truly, the number one grinder, one of the best kept secrets on YouTube, the best of the business. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give it like maybe about 2 minutes, so people can come in and everything. Then we're gonna get this going. I don't want to be all night. I don't want to be all night doing this and everything. But again, um, title is "The Elders, Some Men and Women Are Not Leading." I will explain. Definitely, I will explain that. So, um, we have to understand that people in the space, they don't really talk about this. Some, you know, but there are some that they feel that they're entitled to lead, and they don't have the qualifications, they don't have the experience, they don't have the know-how to do it. See, when you lead, you gotta learn from your mistakes. You gotta be humble. You gotta have the humanitarian side to fight, and that comes to being an advocate. You can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have that quality, it doesn't mean nothing. So we have to understand that in this space that they always recycle backwards instead of forwards. And we talking about the ones who are on this. They call themselves at elder status. And I'm also going to talk about what about the ones that are OGs. What about the ones that are just under the elder? What about us and everything? I'm going to talk about that too. And like I'm saying, I'm giving like 2 minutes, and then I'm going to hit it more on going in on this and everything. I know it's not a topic that is drama or entertaining, because people's space like to be entertained. Nothing wrong with being entertained, but sometimes it's time to get down to serious business. Sometimes we gotta think about our spiritual well-being, our mental well-being, our emotional well-being, and physical well-being, all above. So it's very important that we have to talk about it. We definitely have to talk about it. So it's about, I get people more than 3, more than 2. So what we're gonna do? There's a story. Let me pull this up. I'm gonna show y'all the picture. Oh, wrong way. Sorry. This is Gary Webb and Jeremy Rayner. If you remember, Gary Webb he died, I believe, like 2003. They're the one broke the story about the CIA, how the U.S. government with the Nicaraguan government was planting drugs in our community back in the 80s, and Gary Webb. I'm sorry, he played by Jerry Rayner. I'm sorry, it was a story. So the Mercury News in 1996, and but don't worry though. Basically, it was talking about. Let me read. I'm just gonna read some of it. There was a movie came out as The Messenger. Investigative reporter Gary Webb, played by Jeremy Renner, said that he doesn't believe in conspiracy theories. He does, however, believe in real conspiracy. If I believe it, there's another theory about it. The true story, which the movie based on, however, it makes it clear, it's not always obvious with theory, but what's the truth? The story is it's in the chat, so y'all can go read it. It says starts when Red wrote the series 3 articles for the San Jose Mercury News in 1996, dubbed Dark Alliance. In his report, Webb, who had won the Pulitzer Prize in 1989 for a different story, claimed that the CIA were partially responsible for bringing crack cocaine in the United States in the 80s. That's what I was saying. That. So Webb conducted a year-long investigation. During he discovered that the San Francisco-based drug ring, which had ties with CIA-sponsored Nicaraguan cartel group, like I was saying, called the FDN, sold cocaine to a dealer in South Central Los Angeles. Millions of dollars made for those sales was yet used to fund a secret war against the leftist Scandinavian regime. In short, Webb accused the CIA being conflict and getting thousands of poor African Americans addicted to crack in order to fund rebels in Central America. And the sad thing about it, our own people was a part of it. Was killing our own peoples. And I know people going to say that, oh, don't worry, I got some more to show that these the elders that were part of it. Some of it looks like us, and some don't. There are some now that went on had prominent careers in politics. All right? Want y'all to understand that. All right, let's go. In short, the story attracted hundreds of thousands of readers to the newspaper site in a time when it's going viral was still a twinkle in the internet eye. It was accompanied by a heavy-handed picture of a man smoking crack under the CIA shield. Even they was blazing it up, And let me show y'all this. Let me take this. Well, I'm gonna keep this song. I'll probably go back to it later on. And guess who was the head of the CIA? Yep, the one and only, the dirty snake, Oliver North. Yeah. And you know who was the president then? You guessed it, Ronald Reagan. And he the one put out said had a slogan, stop using drugs. But he know what's going on. That plant drugs in our community. Do the Nicaraguan government help fund them in Central America as I read. All right? As word about the story spread through the internet, TV and radio, politicians took up Webb course representation. Maxine Waters, the Congresswoman of South Central Los Angeles, the heart of the drug war, requests both federal and Congress inquires into the roles that the U.S. government bring in cocaine in her community. And let me explain something. It's not just, right? Let me say this. I'm going to put this back. It's not just in California. They're putting drugs throughout the country in our community, all right, throughout the 80s and really going to the 90s. Okay, I need to put that in because they always say Central America, rightfully so, but there also was drug in our communities throughout the country. Okay, right? Want y'all But the youngies remember that. Even the ones my age, they remember that. So many dismiss Webb reporting as a conspiracy theory. Even sources who are routine skeptical of the official line on the contrast agreed that the idea of the AC was behind drug smuggling by the contrast fantasy journalist Elaine Shannon, who covered the war of drugs, told Time shortly after the Mercury News ran an article. The New York Times, Washington Post, and the Gossack Rag all ran their own investigation that dispute many points in Webb's story. Thought all three of those pieces had their own report problems. According to J.T. White. In 1997, the Mercury News executive director, editor Jerry Sepos back away from the story. Coy Floor, in the editorial, Capone said that's the paper who did not have proof the top CIA officials knew. And let me get back. I lost my thing. Jump. Okay. Knew that the connection between the LA trade and the contrast. However, he also noted that Webb disagreed with him on that point. Webb resigned from the paper shortly thereafter. The next year, he published a book titled "Dark Alliance: The CIA, the Contrast, and the Crack Cocaine Explosion." Detail his own report process and the controversy series provoked. In 1998, a CIA Inspector General report denied any ties of the U.S. government. We come find that was a lie. I already showed you Oliver North, the head of the CIA back in the 80s. I'm gonna show you it again. All right. Deny any ties between the U.S. government and drug dealers. Webb named in his article and book, but untimely confirmed Webb's thesis that the CIA had worked with contracts despite drug dealing allegations against them. Still, Webb's reputation as an investigator was tarnished. And I said 2003, but I meant 2004. Webb was found dead at the age 49 with two gunshot wounds to the head. Police ruled it a suicide. Good evening, Cocotina. Thanks for coming. Appreciate you. I remember I did a story. I did a book report on this, and they called my parents. They said, that's how you feel. Is right. And kind of find out all of this was true. And they said it's a suicide. Was no suicide. Was no suicide. No, so. But the article is in the chat. Go. The article is in the chat, so y'all can go read up on it. So, and also let me show you some more. We getting it in tonight, and this is the snake, the two snakes. You got one on the left, and you know who that guy is. That is the senator from Delaware. Yeah, the second generation Dixie Democrat, the one and only Joe Biden. They say, why is the second generation Dixie generation? Because the one who his protege was a late Strom Thurmond. Strom Thurmond was one of the first group of DC Democrats was pushing KKK policies in politics that last for decades. His protege. That's why I call him the second generation Democrat. I mean, second DC Democrat, and the DC Democrats were just as wicked as Republicans back then. Now there are some people saying that the Republicans back then was like the party of Lincoln. I said, go figure that out. I don't know, but the Democrat thing was wicked, and they still wicked right now. There are some undercover DC Democrats in the midst right now. Again, I don't have no quarrels with any of them parties because they notify people anyway. So I need to throw that out. But I'm gonna throw this up again. Elder statesmen. These two are elder statesmen. See that? They the ones supposed to influence us do the right thing. And let me say this again. Our own people, some of us was down with it too. Saying no to drugs. But they were pushing it in our community. And the one Gary Webb, yeah, still Unique Dawn, yeah, thank you. Thanks for coming. And they still wicked. They wicked to this day. Okay, I remember that my friends got on it, women got on it, men got on it. I remember it was people with smoke for half a joint, get locked up for 25, 30 years. And why the people, I'm talking about living in New York. I know it happened all around the country. And then people in Jersey was majority of them was white, the Spanish and all that, were buying drugs and all that. They said, oh yeah, they were selling drugs, they were selling crack. Some of them were selling marijuana, and they still was getting it. And even they just sell half a kilo of crack, they were still getting this. There's some still locked up right now. Now there are some people say, we killing each other. We killing each other. Yeah, we got to get that together, but we cannot lead them out. We cannot lead them out. The elders, man, some men and some women, the elders, take a good look. I got more to come. I ain't. Hey, let me tell you, your women's coming next to. Y'all co-conspirators of the wickedness too. Sometimes y'all leaders of the wickedness too. Are coming after y'all too, and we actually seeing this in this space. These are wicked, unrighteous people that some of y'all put them in office, that y'all put them, or even some put them on pedestal. That they don't have no interest in it. The only they have an interest serving Satan's army. Okay? Yeah, why folks ride in jail? Yeah, but they don't want to let them out because they're making money. But I don't see nobody talk about that in this space. I talk about it. Oh, that's old. That ain't old news. It's still going right now. But see, before I continue, the only way we have sentiment and we have a conscience when it happened to us or happened to us ourselves or happen to our family. But anybody else that looks like us, we don't have no conscience. And you know what? Can't be around people like that. Can't be around people like that. So look at it right now. These are the elders. Shaking hands, dirty. And let me speed it up here. That no good, that I don't know who won in the middle, but he's dirty too. But that no good biting right there, Senator Biden, he the one wrote the co-responded the drug bill back in the 90s with the Republicans. But our people that helped sign it too. All racism, sexism, you name it. And they was lock up mostly black men too. They locked up some Hispanic people. I'm not gonna say they did, but majority was black men. Because at that time, it wasn't really no good jobs go to a black man. There are some people that, oh, you could make it. We ain't had. We lucky we graduated high school, or we nice in football. I mean, nice in sports. We get a scholarship. Vocational schools, you know, these teachers was out of touch. What's going on? And you got some guys constantly, they didn't care. As long as they pass you by, they don't want to help. And I'm not saying it didn't happen before. Yeah, it did happen before. But I'm talking about in the 80s. We are these elders right here, yo. No good. Let's go on. Let's go on with this, man. Because I ain't gonna be long. Let's get this off and everything, right? Let me show you. And this is the emerald of all of it. No good Reagan. I'm at Me in the Mist, right? We was in DC, and I think we went to see something, and we was the Ronald Reagan building, and we was walking around killing time because we was on our way to African American museum. It was about maybe like less than a block away. And I'm telling you, when she drive, and then when I went through the, in the parking lot, it was like a certain. I said, "Baby, what's the matter? I already dirty motherfucker." And I never forget we was on the way because they gotta check the car and check the trunk, make sure ain't nothing going on like that. There was his brother. He act like he had tight. Oh, you need to open up like that. And I'm looking like, oh, bro, it's not all that serious, bro. You know what Reagan did to us? That evil elder. But baby, the missus, she said, all right, babe, I understand. That's all right. But that disturbed me. It got me angry. Like, man, y'all, some of us, we don't do our history. And this stuff happened. I can see people like, but it happened like a long time ago. Even if it's a long time ago, it's still happening right now. 85 is not that long ago, y'all. It's not that long ago. I was like 19, 18, 19, 20, something like that. Yeah, around there. Our people, man. Some of our people, man. So, and this, like I said, I went back to this is the head of CIA, Oliver North, the snake. Some of his people was smoking that crack, still get away with murder. Now we gonna go. Margaret Sanger. They said, who is Margaret Sanger? She is the founder of Parenthood. I did a live about her too. I should have pulled it up and post that in here. Wicked elder. And some of our women following this too. Wicked. She the one pushed eugenics and parenthood. She learned from the forefathers of eugenics back in like over about 120, 40 years even before that. So she was putting eugenics and parenthood. Brother Pastor, thanks for coming. An elder that some of our women and men follow to this day. And we can see it in the space. They are very wicked minded. They follow that. But only she do, she sterilize our women. And you know who was her protege? I'm gonna go back to that picture. You know who was her protege? You guessed it, the rotten Hillary Clinton. That's her protege. Did she? The Democrat Party and the Republican Party too was putting money into parenthood a lot back in the 90s. Y'all ain't know that, huh? Now remember that. Also, she wanted the co-leaders of the drug bill back in 92 with, let me show y'all, with this fool. Right there on the right. Back then, Senator Biden. That picture took like a few weeks before that. This back in, you know, when they was all, you know, at that time they was them and the U.S. government, the Nicaraguan government was planting drugs to help or funding them in Central America. But she a part of that committee too. With this fool right there. But let's get back here. She's rotten too. And with him, at that time, Senator Clinton and Senator Biden called super predators. You remember that? Called super predators. And some of our people let it go. The elders. They gave them all praise and stuff like that. And we got throwing rotten Giuliani, the mayor. They call him the mayor of them. Now we talking about years after that, 2001, when 9/11 happened. Oh, he's American mayor. That rotten. But he caused wickedness on us as people of color. I said people of African descent in New York. They consider him an elder. But let's get back to this. Get back to this one. This one right here. She is the founder of Parenthood, and she the one push it. So she the one push eugenics. And she the one keep on pushing moderate eugenics. But the sad thing about it, when she pushing it, it was modernized. Right? So this wicked. These two women are wicked. And it's our women. And then you got some in this space right here got some nerve to talk about that when we become babies, we become little baby boys, we need to be aborted. We no longer be here. Because you know why, y'all? Because they follow these two. And even there are some black women back then believe in this too. And black men. Even before that. The elders. Huh? That's what we got to understand. The elders supposed to lay the foundation like brothers like me and the ones like in the 50s so we can carry on the help. But see, they want it on their own. They wicked. This one right here, that under him all wicked. Oliver North, head of CIA, back then elder, wicked. Look at this, wicked. Now get back to here. Look at this, all innocent, right? The great birth control advocate and her two sons, the women and the new race. Look at all innocent. That's how it is. They ain't innocent and wicked. I call the mother of eugenics parenthood. And yet you still want to follow this. You still want to follow this people. And even some of our people are wicked too. You still want to follow them. A lot of these elders do not have the best of our interest, people. Do you understand that? They do not have the best of our interests. They don't. They are a bunch of cubbies. Cannot think for themselves. And if that cubby is not being corrected, what do you think that cubby is going to grow up? Wicked. Just as the baby is not, if they're not being taught change and ways, they're going to grow up being wicked. So that's why brothers like me and others had to be OG/elder. But where's my growth? Becoming full-blown elder. Because the good elders back then is gone. Look at that. Look at that. All innocent. That's a wicked eugenics one. Wicked. You hear these people talk, oh yeah, no man should have no right to his child. And this is the way I feel like this. If you don't want the child, women, give it up, let the father raise it. And fathers, us as men, we gotta step up, take care of our kids, even though it is hard. We gotta do it because the system is not gonna be on our side. So that means we gotta advocate, we gotta fight. But yo, women, y'all gotta stay on some right. Y'all gotta be on righteous too, because what y'all doing, you are following a eugenics wicked woman. You are following a eugenics wicked men that think of y'all as animals. And part of that eugenics, they had the Nazi into it back in the 1800s. Why do you think Hitler? Everybody told Hitler he killed Jews, but also he killed Africans too. Huh? Wicked. They considered Hitler back then an elder. Wicked. The dissy Democrats back then that I talk about that in the early, late 1920s, going to, I said mid 1920s, go on, wicked. And the women that feels okay, wicked. We deal with wicked people outside the space and even inside the space. Everything they take is a joke. It's not a joke when people's lives is involved here. Over white supremacist ideas and their theory. And our people, some of our people, some black men and some black women is adopting it and they push it on us. I don't want to get with no black man. I don't want to get with no black woman. I'm not saying if they bad, you don't deal with them. I agree with that either way. You even got some men in this space older than me. They don't even yo. What's going on, brother PA? Welcome, brother. Salute to you. They don't even want to. They didn't want to deal with brothers. What I'm talking about. They want to be selective. So, but they consider them as elders. I thought we supposed to build a strong manhood, a strong masculinity. Despite we have our little differences here and there, so we could fight off against what the system has dealing with us. And I'm not saying there are no good elders in this space too, because they are. They are. It pissed me off how some of our people still be acting, even there's some in the 40s, still had this mindset that they entitled, but you follow this no good motherfucker. You follow this no good motherfucker. You follow this no good motherfucker. You follow this no good. You follow this no good motherfucker. All of them considered elders. And they say, yeah, you're underrated. Why you ain't show no black people? Nah, because I know our people is down with it too. There ain't no need. But I want to prove a point that we got no good elders that can lead the way. So we have to become elders, even of the time that we don't want. As an OG, as brother that want the right for our people to succeed. I had to be on the job training as being an elder, because there's no good elders left. And let me change that. There's some elders left, but it's not around. And it goes to these black women too. You are teaching these young girls how to kill a black man, how to use a black man. And then you got these black men out here. You teach the little boys how to be a simp. Oh, yeah, you need to hate this woman. You need to do what you got to do. Instead of being a man, be responsible. The black man had been hurt, and the black woman had been hurt. Elders, give me a break. I'm good, brother. Pierre, I'm glad you and your family, everybody in their family in the chat as well too. Peace to everybody. Elders, crazy. You know, good elders are here. That means we got to advocate for ourselves. That means, because I be checking things out too. I see, you know what? Lately, I be seeing other people, how they operate. I see y'all. Y'all consider yourself a standard elder in this space. So I understand outside. I get it. But inside this space, you are taking, you know what? Y'all are taking to these, let me tell your followers, they are leading you to the Garden of Eden. And eat that fruit while you die. You remember, you're going to die slowly. And who's going to be around you that you're actually killing yourself? Or you just got a nasty attitude, a nasty disposition about yourself. Be careful, y'all. Be careful. So they talking about Jerry Webb, the one cracked the story about the CIA and the Nicaraguan government and the U.S. government. You know, they say he got shot in his head twice as a suicide. Nah, they killed him. And I'm going to tell you what. That no good right here at that time said everybody knew about it. That no good right there, she knew about it. And right here, head of CIA back in the 80s, I don't know if knew about it. Because let me explain to you the fact, let me tell you, law enforcement is a gang, y'all. It's not an institution that people think it's a gang, man. There's people, oh yeah, he got tired and you know he just couldn't take it. He got shot at. Nah. I don't think that. But wicked people, y'all. Wicked, man. And we better understand their ways. Again, right there, Margosina was that founder of Parenthood. And she co-sponsoring it and believing it for years, even to this day. Black women, black men. That's the same one called the super predators. Right here. No good Joe Biden, second generation dissy Democrat, as I say about over 40 years ago. Let me erase these overlays, man. Every time I look at it, it gets me pissed off. How we succumb to this mindset, this eugenist, wicked mindset. And we don't have to know how to change or understand. There's a history, a wicked history of our people. Deal with eugenics. Cause monkeys and evolution and all that. And you don't think people taking on this eugenics mindset and their ways? You better pay attention to the real, man. Look at this, man. Women of the new race. Miss Margaret Singer, the great birth control advocate, and her two sons. The fuck out of here. But I bet she want to have her sons great. Look what happened. But look what they did to a black woman, even to a black man. Damn break. Take this off too. Rest in peace, Gary Webb. And the one play this story. The link is in the chat. So the link is in the chat. Y'all go check out the story. The one played him was Jeremy Ringer. The story's in the chat. I want y'all to go check it out. It's in the chat. Matter of fact, I share it again. Matter of fact, I share it again. I share it again before I get up out of here. So y'all get it. There you go. So y'all can get it. Get him. Rest in peace. Gary Webb. Passed away 2004. They said 2 gunshot wounds in the head. Said they caused suicide. Okay. Well, erase this shit. Put this up. Again, I want you to take a good look. And also the thumbnail that I put up. They said, why you didn't put that thumbnail up? No, because I want y'all to understand that they are wicked in elders and women included too. This is the one that championed Strom Thurmond policies. Then Senator Joe Biden. Then on your left, you already know that is the founder of Parenthood. I said the sister of the eugenists. And you got that rotten Hillary Clinton called super predators back in the 90s. And we still voted for her almost 12 years later as a senator of New York. And again, our people push it. I'll shop than them doggone sellouts. Get on my God. Oh. Get on my nerves, man. We better get our mind right. We better do our due diligence, our history. We better understand what's going on. Whatever plague right now is happening right now. The cycle continues. The patterns is there. We better pay attention, be informed, and make sure that we be better for it, that we advocate against it, just as our brothers and sisters back then did. On behalf of my channel, The Underrated Darkness, yours truly, the underrated one of the best kept secrets on YouTube, the best of the business. Respect my existence, y'all. If anybody that just want to donate, my my Cash App is capital JT 53000. Also, I do have a PayPal. It's all in caps. PayPal.me/JT Black 53. If y'all want to donate, let me say it again. My Cash App is $ capital JT 53000. Also, I have PayPal, all in caps. PayPal.me/JT Black 53, also in caps. If you don't have it, please share this out. Hit that bell so y'all be the first one when I come back with a powerful live stream or video. If you're new, subscribe. Please subscribe to me. That'd be greatly appreciated. Again, gotta get our mind right. Let's get these wicked clowns out. These clowns out. This one is go. Stay blessed, stay blessed, stay blessed. Let's get these unrighteous clowns out.